Good morning, guys. Welcome, library family. Another edition of Fitness with Frank. And today we're going to go over a big subject when it comes to exercise and fitness, weight loss, and that's carbohydrates. Um, a lot of times, you hear this myth about people wanting to just cut out cut carbs out of their diet, and so that they can lose more weight or lose weight faster. Um, but I have some information right here in this book that will probably help you change your mind or further expand your knowledge on why we need carbohydrates in our diet. Why it's important not to cut carbohydrates out of your diet, but increase exercise, increase other proteins. My man's over there working out. And his exercise on early in the morning. I suggest you come over here and join him. Um, I got my bird friend up there, of course. Always joining me early in the morning. But yeah, we're gonna get into carbohydrates. Enjoy the video. I hope you learned something. All right. Carbohydrates are compounds containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and are generally classified as sugars, simple sugars at that. Starches, complex starches, and fiber. We all need fiber. We all need sugar, and we need starches in our body. These are natural needs. These are things our body even produce naturally. All right. The definition of sugar, as it would appear on a food label, as a monosaccharide or disaccharide. Okay. A monosaccharide is a single sugar unit, many of which are connected to make starches. All right. Starch is a storage form of carbohydrates in plants. Okay. And glycogen, the storage form of carbohydrates in humans. Okay. So carbohydrates are the storage form of monosaccharides are connected to starches, which are the storage for plants, and glycogen is the storage for humans. So guess what? We, ironically enough, have both, and we use both. We use both plant starches and we use glycogen. We use both. Surprise, surprise. We're all one, and we all come from the same thing. That we use the same type of energies and the same type of food to survive and thrive in the natural. When we do it the natural and the correct way, especially when we don't overpopulate our body with proteins and carbohydrates. That may be what some of you guys are talking about, overdoing it, but the correct exercise and the right amount of focus on the right carbohydrates, like staying away from the sweets, because when you eat those pastries, they also have those carbohydrates in it, and that's when you overload your body. Okay. All right, where we at? Monosaccharides includes glucose, commonly referred to as blood sugar, fructose or fruit sugar, and galactose. All right. Disaccharides, two sugar units, include sucrose or common sugar, or lactose, milk sugar. All right. Polysaccharides are long chains of monosaccharide units linked together, found in foods that contain starch and fiber. All right. These foods are often called complex carbohydrates and can include starch found in plants, seed, and roots from the earth. What we consume is natural, what should be natural, and that'll help us maintain a healthy body, keep you away from the doctors, lower your insurance, lower your need, to nobody really wants to go to the doctor. Okay. All right. We all love to eat some fast food, every once in a while. It's not, it tastes good, I like me some Chick-fil-A in the morning sometimes, but you can't overdo it. It can't be every morning, you know. Try to maintain a healthy balance of having natural food, Cook at home. Get a bag of green beans. Get some rice. Go ahead and cook at home. Try to do that more often than you go out and eat. I know we made a bunch of videos. I probably repeated myself a whole bunch of times, but this is that simple and it's that easy. That all you do is fix those things, and then it'll help you feel better. It'll help you look better. You'll burn fat faster. You won't maintain all that weight that you normally carry. I know a lot of times when people feel like they eat and it just sticks to their body. Just maintaining that balance. All right. Starches and fiber. So these foods are often called complex carbohydrates and include starch found in plants, seed, and roots. Complex carbohydrates are primarily starch and fiber, and the starch is digested to glucose. All right. Dietary fiber is part of the plant that cannot be digested by human gut enzymes. It passes through the small intestine and colon, which is expelled as fecal matter, or fermented and used as food by the gut bacteria. Okay? You understand that? So dietary fiber, which is natural to plants, but not humans. We can use the energy and break it down, but only break it down so far, and whatever is not used, go number 2. Okay, that's what the dietary fiber is for. It's used to quote unquote cleanse the body, clean the body out, but it's actually good for energy when necessary. All right, carbohydrates are a chief source of energy for all body functions. Carbohydrates are a chief source of energy for all body functions and muscular exertion. All right? The fact that leads to a rapid depletion of available and stored carbohydrates and create a continual craving for this macronutrients. Carbohydrates also help regulate the digestion and utilization of protein and fat. All right. Let's hit on that last note again. Carbohydrates also help regulate the digestion and the utilization of protein and fat. So let's break that down, guys. When you cut carbohydrates out of your diet, that means you're messing with your digestion, the ability to break down the foods that you're currently eating, the proteins that you're currently using. So when you take out those carbohydrates or you lessen that, you affect your ability to digest and use proteins properly. All right? And the body fat is no longer being burnt in the way that it should. So therefore, it's being stored. You don't know why? Because your body doesn't have enough carbohydrates. So guess what? Instead of burning the fat, you're just going to keep it. So you're countering everything you're trying to do. You can't follow the mess. You can't follow the fads. You have to get the information yourself. You have to read up on it if you really want to lose weight, or you want to maintain a certain type of weight, or you want to look a certain type of way. Get your nutritional facts. Read it yourself. Find out what you need for your individual person, because everyone is different. You can't follow a trend, because what worked for somebody else is not gonna work for you, because everyone eats differently. Everyone takes care of their body differently. Everyone has a different stress level. All that stuff is a factor when it comes to health, nutrition, and fitness. Okay? All right. We're just going to go down to the digestion, absorption, and utilization of carbohydrates. All right? So today is about carbohydrates. All right? The utilization of carbohydrates. And somebody getting ready for the day. All right, the principal carbohydrates present in food occur in the form of simple sugars, starches, and cellulose. All right, simple sugars such as those in honey, fruits, are very easily digested. Honey and fruits, simple sugars and honeys and fruits. All right, so we now now we can speak about the what do we call that, that diet with just the meat. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay. So the diet when you just you cut out your sugars and you just eat meat, and you can't have that much sugar from fruits and all. Guys, this may work temporarily, but your body will go into a relapse after a while when you're not having those sugars that you need. You're trying to cut things out of your body that your body necessarily needs. You have to read, you have to inform yourself, you have to educate yourself. Okay? Let's having a whole bunch of protein in your diet. Yes, it will make you lose weight and cut out the sugar when you cut out the sugar temporarily, but you will relapse. After a while, your body will need sugars and it will crave sugars, and that's when you have that relapse. And that's why most of those diet fads, they fail. Okay? It's not because you're not doing it right. You're not working hard. The body is just naturally wired in that way. All right? All right. Double sugars, such as table sugars, require some digestive action, but are not nearly as complex as starches, such as those found in whole grain. Right? Starches require prolonged enzymatic action to be broken down into simple sugars for utilization. Alright, cellulose, commonly found in the skins of fruits and vegetables, is largely indigestible by humans and contribute to little energy value due to the diet. See, so the skins of the fruit, that's something new. That's a fact for some of you guys may or may not know. The skin of the fruits don't really offer us much value, nutritional value. So if your kids they don't want to eat fruit, just try to cut the skin out. Maybe they don't like the skin. Cut the skin off of the apples or whatever you eat. You already peel bananas and oranges. Maybe maybe they don't like the strawberry. They don't like the furry part of the strawberry or the seeds. Try to peel that stuff off, or cut the strawberries, or cut the grapes, and the kids may eat it. Maybe they don't like the skin, which don't offer much nutritional value to us as humans anyway. All right. It does, however, all right, provide the bulk necessary for its not a good day. Intestinal mobility and aids in elimination. All right. The rate of which ingested carbohydrates raise blood sugar, its accompanying effect in insulin requires is referred to the glycemic index, which is here on this table. All right. All right. Carbohydrates are a neutral compound of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. All right. Broken down simply. All right. Such sugars as starches and cellulose, which make up a large portion of animal foods, right? Which is a lot of what we consume. Consume a lot of meats, chicken and beef and pork, and a lot of that stuff has carbohydrates in it. On top of the bread that we eat, on top of the cereal that we eat, in the regular foods. Okay, so that's where the issue may lie. You may be overloading our body with carbohydrates because we eat so many different type of foods, and most of us aren't educated on what we don't need, what has carbohydrates, what has starches, what has simple sugars in it. Most of us aren't educated in that area, and therefore we just eat whatever, and then over time, without the proper amount of exercise, we lose weight. We gain weight and we put on weight, and everyone's body is differently. Some people may go to their stomach, their legs, their back, their face, right? And I have a glycemic index here of assorted foods. All right. Foods with low glycemic index, we have peanuts, plain yogurt, soybeans, peas, cherries, barley, grapefruit. All right. Moderate glycemic index, we have apple juice, Snickers, peach, carrots, brown rice, power bar, orange juice. All right. Foods with high glycemic index, lifesavers, white bread, bagel, watermelon, popcorn, French fries, grape nuts, shredded wheat, Gatorade. Those things have a lot in common. Gatorade and lifesavers and white, they have a lot in common. Okay. My phone. All right, we're gonna break down some carbohydrate use before exercise, and before exercise and during exercise, and then we'll end the video there, and I'll see you guys in the next video after that. But okay, we have after exercise as well, so we're gonna do before, during, and after exercise. The best way to use carbohydrates. Let's knock them out. It is recommended that the individual consume a high carbohydrate diet 2 to 4 hours before exercise for more than 1 hour. So if your exercise is for more than 1 hour, you're doing about an hour or more of exercise, you want to consume a high carbohydrate diet 2 to 4 hours before you exercise for 1 hour. Okay? Alright? This is especially helpful for morning workouts when glycogen stores are lowered as much as 80%. So when in the morning when you first wake up, your glycogen level is going to be lower because most of that food that you store has nutrients that you stored in your body has probably been used up right before you went to sleep or throughout the day. So when you wake up in the morning, you eat, you restore that power level, you boost your energy back up when you eat in the morning. When you eat that nice healthy breakfast in the morning, as healthy as possible. You know, some people don't have time for that super healthy breakfast, or they can't afford it. So try your best and do your best. All right. If this is not feasible because of time constraints, which I just spoke about, a liquid meal such as a meal replacement formula may be used. All right. Now, I'm recommending that you not do this every single day. You try to use a meal replacement formula for breakfast because, solid foods are definitely good for your body. You just can't drink breakfast every morning. I wouldn't recommend that. I'm pretty sure, I don't know all the facts on that, but I'm pretty sure there would be some backlash to that. All right. One advantage to such formulas is a quick gastric empty time. Some research recommends a carbohydrate intake of 1 to 4.5 kilograms, right, between 1 and 4 hours before exercise, respectively. All right, so during exercise, lasting more than 1 hour, all right, carbohydrate feedings during exercise can help supply glucose to working muscles whose glycogen stores are dwindling. So, I thought I had my water. Forgot my water. Feeling a little thirsty. A lot of talking. All right, so we're gonna be exercising more than 1 hour. You want to make restoring your glycogen levels and your carbohydrates during exercise is a great way to keep your energy up and fatigue for when your muscles start to feel fatigue, and to keep that workout going. Make sure that you finish. All right. This technique is also maintains blood glucose level, increasing time to exhaustion by 20 to 60 minutes. All right. For you athletes out there, it's recommended that you athletes consume between 20 or 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrate every hour to accomplish this. All right. Popular sports beverages are perfect for this goal and have the added benefit of replacing fluid losses, which you already know, stuff like Gatorade and stuff like that, to replace some of that carbohydrates and energy that you lose. Most of us already know that. If you don't, that's the purpose of the sports drinks, is to help replace and replenish the energy for your muscles to continue to perform at its peak level. Of course, your peak level is always going to be at the beginning, so therefore that's why we have the supplements and the replacements, because after an hour your body needs some type of replacement for its muscles. Your body's going to need to replace that energy. Okay. Last thing, guys. So after exercise, repeated days of strenuous exercise take a toll on the individual's glycogen stores. All right. So for you meatheads out there or exercise fiends, it's definitely a good practice to take breaks when you exercise. Unless you're trying to be a marathon runner, you're gonna win millions of dollars doing whatever you're doing. If you're just doing it for fitness purposes, try to make sure you take a break, let your body rest mentally and physically. Okay, that helps restore anything that, especially body tissues. This is how you prevent injuries, and then get your body to restore all those nutrients and fibers that you use up constantly when you have strenuous exercises, especially for you guys that work out very hard every single day. So rest is very important. Right? A high carbohydrate intake helps to replenish glycogen stores. However, the timing of carbohydrate ingestion can also be important for maximizing recovery. Okay? Timing. All right? Consuming 1.5 kilograms of carbohydrates within 30 minutes of completing exercise is recommended to maximize glycogen replacement. So for you guys, for you meatheads or workout fiends out there who want to, look like you want to be in a movie or you want to be a model or whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's up to you. No judging. Okay? 30 minutes after you exercise, you want to replace that. So I know a lot of you guys, after your workout, you spend time talking or whatever you're doing. You want to make sure that you have food or some type of source, a drink or whatever you need to replace that carbohydrate. All right, so you want to do that 30 minutes, which is almost immediately after you work out, and to make sure that your body is properly replenished. All right, delaying carbohydrate intake by even 2 hours can decrease the total muscle glycogen synthesis by 66%. So when you delay the replenishment, you're just counteracting every single thing you did. So now the next day you gotta work twice as hard, and the day after that you gotta work twice as hard. All right. So if you're gonna burn energy, you gotta replace the energy. And the opposite for guys who want to lose weight, or women or human beings that want to lose weight. Okay, I'm gonna start practicing that. I'm gonna spread it so that everyone is using it. I try to eliminate race. Okay, for human beings that want to lose weight. Easy example. I'm pretty sure I gave this before. If I eat 10 cheeseburgers today, I gotta have to burn 10 cheeseburgers of energy for that day. Okay, but if I only ate one cheeseburger, I'm using cheeseburgers for example. The world is made of cheeseburgers, so that's what we eat. Okay. If I eat one cheeseburger for the day and I work out for an hour, I'm working it. It's a good workout. I'm sweating. Whew. Okay. I don't replace it. I'm counteracting everything I just did. All right. So you have to find that balance. Can't take in too much energy and not exert too much energy. But if you exert too much energy and you don't have energy to use, guess what? You're going backwards. You're going to probably make yourself sick or cause injury because your muscles don't have the energy and they're not being properly replenished. The energy in your muscles. All right? All right. The post-workout environment may hasten glycogen repletion as a result of increased blood flow to the muscles and increase the sensitivity of cells to the effects of insulin. All right. Additional meals of 1.5 kilograms per carbohydrate every 2 hours are recommended to complete restore of muscle glycogen. All right. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna do a quick review of carbohydrates. I know we spoke about a lot today, but if there's anything you're unsure about, just go do your own research. If you're really looking to lose some weight, or if you're trying to help somebody lose some weight, go just do some quick research. It won't even take you long, about 10 minutes, or type it on Google or whatever you're trying to do, or Bing, whatever you use, and go read. It's 10 minutes. You probably want less than that. Information is everywhere. You just have to go look for it if you're really interested, if you really want to lose the weight. All right? So a quick review. 1 gram of carbohydrate yields about 4 calories. All right? Carbohydrate provide the body with nutrition, that fat and protein. That fat and protein cannot from complex carbohydrates. All right? Satiety by keeping glycogen stores full and adding bulk to the diet. Proper cellular fluid balance, maximizing cellular efficiency. All right. Proper blood sugar levels if there is a constant intake of low glycemic carbohydrates. So having that balance, eating the right type of carbohydrates. If you don't know what a glycemic carbohydrate is, go ahead and go look it up. Just do your own research. You may be intaking too many of that. That may be the issue with your weight gain. Okay. Spare protein for building muscle. All right. The body's needs carbohydrates because they are the perfect and preferred form of energy. Carbohydrates is energy. When you think about carbohydrates, no longer associated carbohydrates with fat and weight gain. Think about carbohydrate as an energy. It's a necessary factor for our body. It's necessary for us to keep going. It is natural. Okay? You can't cut out something that's natural. They constantly need to be replaced, causing a craving that must be satisfied. We all get it. I'm hungry, okay? When you're hungry, get some carbohydrates, get some sugar, get some water, and then do a little samba, do a little exercise, and then you burn it off and get ready for the next day, all right? Parts of the central nervous system rely exclusively on carbohydrates. Parts of the central nervous system rely exclusively on carbohydrates. Okay. The central nervous system is if you guys don't know, I hope most of you guys know this. This is how the body operates. The central nervous system is everything. Every part of the body is important, but this one is especially important. Okay, it's how our body reacts to certain situations, to our environment, to the foods we eat, to the lifestyle we live. Okay. And if you begin to cut out carbohydrates, you begin to affect and shut the whole body down. It may not be immediately, but in the long term, it will affect you. All right, they officially burn and use fat and protein. Listen, guys. All right, carbohydrates effectively burn and use fat and protein. Forget the myths. Forget what you heard. Go do the research. The facts are right here. Okay? Recommended carbohydrate intakes, all right? Daily diet should include 25 to 38 grams of fiber every single day. Try your best. I know I'm not always the best with it. I know it's not something that we focus on. You wake up in the morning and say, oh, how much fiber did I take today? Just make sure you try to eat healthy as possible, all right? Carbohydrate intake typically should be between 45 to 65% of total calorie intake according to the preference and performance and satiety, all right? So everyone's calorie intake will be different. Everyone's protein intake will be different. All right, everyone's sugar level will be different because we all live a different lifestyle. All right, you have to be honest with yourself, and know what kind of lifestyle you live, and try to cater your nutrition around that. Mosquitoes. Try to cater your nutritional lifestyle depending on how you live. Only you know, and you have to just be honest. All right, so be honest with yourself. Make sure you exercise, and only that, stay mentally fit as well, because stress can also lead to gain weight. So make sure that you're mentally in good shape. Make sure you practice great mental habits. All right. Make sure you remain positive. Okay, there's a lot of craziness going on. Remain positive. Try not to look at things through a tiny little scope and look at things through a broad view, because at the end of the day, we're all the same, and we all have to live life. All right, the same life. We all get here the same way. We all get here the same way. We're all the same. All right, fellow human beings, enjoy your day. Watch them calories.